The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The PDPLaban faction, led by Senator Manny Pacquiao, ousts President Duterte as its chairman, who is now replaced by Senator Coco Pimentel. The party's executive director, Ron Munsayak, said the quote original PDPLaban convened its national council just this afternoon and elected a new set of officers. The party also re-elected Pacquiao as its president. Recall that the boxer senator was ousted by the faction led by Energy Secretary Alfonso Cusi from the position just last month. Other selected or elected officers include former Senate Secretary Lutgardo Barbo as a vice chairman and House Deputy Speaker and Negros Oriental 3rd District Representative Arnie Teves as Secretary General. Qatar's Ministry of Public Health places the Philippines under the Special Risk 6 country zone. The Philippines is joined in the category by 5 South Asian countries such as Bangladesh, India, Nepal, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. The list of countries considered as the safest to travel is comprised of 11 nations from Europe, Oceania, and North America. Now topping the list is Australia. The Health Department reports that a majority of the samples that were recently sequenced turned out to be the Delta variant. Out of the 478 or the 748 rather samples that underwent genome sequencing, 68.9% had the Delta variant, while 10.8% had the Beta variant and 9.7% had the Alpha variant. Only 5.4% turned out to be the P3 variant, and the rest were other variants of interest. This came after the DOH announced the detection of 516 new Delta variant cases today. The Commission on Human Rights is urging the government to vaccinate persons deprived of liberty or PDLs and jail personnel. CHR spokesperson Jacqueline Digia stressed the importance to treat all PDLs as human with inherent dignity and rights, as well as their right to health. The CHR also said that under Mandela rules, all PDLs must be given free access to healthcare, same with everyone in the community. As of August 2021, the Bureau of Corrections said only around 470 PDLs who are senior citizens out of the 48,000 PDLs have been vaccinated across 7 prison facilities. Pregnant women are considered among those who are more susceptible to COVID-19 infection. Now, how can mothers protect their babies from the virus? Can an infected mom breastfeed her baby? We will find the answers to all these questions straight from the World Health Organization.
I'm sure that mother is very concerned about her own health as well as the health of her own baby. But it's really critical to understand that WHO not only says it's safe to breastfeed, but it is highly encouraged that she breastfeed her baby. We know that the breast milk itself is not a means of transmission of the virus to her baby. There are also concerns about just her own care of the baby and being so close to the baby that comes from that close contact during breastfeeding. And yet what we find is that, in fact, the transmission risk to that baby is very, very low. And in fact, if the baby were to get infected, babies typically have very mild cases of COVID, and so it's not a significant health risk. On the other hand, we have to weigh that against the loss of the benefits of breastfeeding. It's critically important that we also continue to protect that baby from many of the other diseases that they might get if they were not breastfeed. And when we've done cost-effectiveness analyses, comparing is just so much more important. The benefits of breastfeeding strongly outweigh the possible risk of transmission.
Lawrence, describe to us what steps a mother should take if she has COVID-19 and is breastfeeding her baby.
So that mother who has the baby and is breastfeeding certainly wants to do what she can to protect her baby from that, even though it's a small risk, but from that risk of transmission that could happen from close contact. And so we would recommend the same kinds of protections that she would have with other family members, of wearing a mask when she's around them, washing her hands frequently if she doesn't have access to safe, clean water for washing, then to use alcohol-based wipes and such. And so to continue to have contact, because it's important that the baby have contact with the mother, but that she have those kinds of just basic precautions against transmission.
Lawrence, is it safe for a breastfeeding mother to get vaccinated?
So based on all the evidence that we have, it is not only safe for breastfeeding mothers to be vaccinated, but it is also highly recommended. It is important for her own health that she be protected from COVID, and that she's able to take care of her family as best as possible and doesn't get too sick. There is no evidence that the vaccine would allow for the virus to be transmitted to the child, and there is no reason that the vaccine would be any less effective in a breastfeeding mother than in a non-breastfeeding mother. We would definitely recommend that she should be vaccinated as soon as the vaccine is available to her to protect her and the community around her.
Let's now take a quick look at the other top stories today. The National Police vows justice for a quarantine violator who was allegedly sexually abused at a police-manned quarantine checkpoint in Mariveles, Bataan. PNP Chief Guillermo Eleazar said police patrolman Elmer Tuazon Jr. has been placed under restrictive custody and ordered to respond to the allegation against him. Eleazar assured that the PNP would investigate the case and permanently remove the patrolman from service once found guilty. President Duterte and his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping renewed their commitment to further boost the relations between the Philippines and China. Duterte emphasized the need for enhanced economic cooperation to hasten post-pandemic recovery. Xi, meanwhile, assured Duterte that China will continue to foster a principled friendship with the Philippines, as well as strengthen the two countries' comprehensive partnership. And in sports, Ernie Gawilan fell short in his attempt for a medal in the 2020 Tokyo Paralympics men's freestyle 400-meter S7 finals. Gawilan finished 6th among 8 finalists with a time of 4 minutes and 56.24 seconds. Gawilan will have another shot for a medal finish as he competes in the men's backstroke event scheduled tomorrow. Now, for more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World Online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.